But the day of the Most High and Mashiach Yahushua will come as a thief in the night. You tell me they don't go together. You say he'll come like a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. The elements shall melt, that's with fire, with fervent heat, that's fire. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Gonna burn this bad boy up to cleanse it, to clean it up. Saying then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and righteousness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire, that's this earth, and you will see the sky, galactical battle in the sky and the earth, being on fire, shall be dissolved. The battle in the sky, those instruments of inventions of warfare that they have at that time, they have now and then, gonna be dissolved. Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, once this happens, we, according to his promise, he promised this, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. You know? Wherein dwelleth righteousness. That's why all those that are not righteous, that's not following the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, you want to run the evil, and you want to do as it says here in Ezekiel, Jeremiah 4 and 22. You want to follow this? He got something for you. You just read about it. Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish. You still want to be foolish? They have not known me. You don't want to know the Most High? Learn of him. You have no question. You better know him. Say, okay, give you the Bible. Say, show me the Most High. You better be able to do it. They have not known me. They are Sottish children. You will be silly and stupid and dumb. And they have none understanding. You have no understanding of this Bible or the Most High. And Mashiach Yahushua. They are wise to do evil. See, they real smart in doing evil. They know how to do evil. They are wise to do evil. But to do good, they have no knowledge. To do good, they have no knowledge. What's good? They have no knowledge. Romans 7 and 12. To do good, they have no knowledge. Romans 7 and 12. You think about it. What do the churches teach? The preachers. We're not under the law, but we're under mercy and grace. Smash that. They can't say that. So what's good? We know the Most High is good. And this is good, what he's saying. People don't know how to do good. Romans 7 and 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just, and good. Some people don't know how to do the commandments. They don't want to do the commandments. Most people can't even name the 10 commandments. They say, well, we got to follow the 10 commandments. They can't even name them. That's why going over those laws is very important. It's very important. It can change you. It will change you if you allow it to. But see, you want to be with a Mashiach Yahushua, but you ain't confessing him. You're not going to be with him. It is what it is. Our people looking for a way out. But it's your own way. It's not, like you say, you have not known him. And to know the Father, you got to know the Son, because he's the one that's he said that's in the bosom of the Most High, bringing the Most High's forth, the understanding of the Most High. From the beginning. Let me prove that to you. I've done it, some of you might have heard it, hopefully you understand it. Because you know the Most High say, you speak once, yea, twice, man receive it not. Look at Hebrews 1 and 1. Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse matters, different matters, spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, right? So he spake it to us in the, we would say, what they call the Old Testament by the prophets. So what did the prophets have? First Peter 1 and 10 and 11. Of which salvation, that's power and authority, the prophets have inquired, knowing that why they inquire about salvation? That's saying no different than go to Acts 1 and 6. Once the Mashiach died and rose on the third day, walked the earth for 40 days, that's what they asked him. Acts 1 and 6. Wherefore, when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Mashiach, Yahushua, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? To Israel. That's salvation that's coming to Israel. Mashiach said in John 4:22, you worship, you know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation, power and authority is of the Jews. Point blank. So they wanted salvation to come to Israel at that time. Say, man, you here? You've been here, shoot, a month, 10 days. You gonna bring salvation to us? To the Israelites? They asked him. He told them. Verse 7. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power. See? Same thing he told us in Matthew 24:36, right? Same thing. Only the Most High know. Most High put in his own power when he's going to send Mashiach back to this earth. So now when you look at 1 Peter 1 and 10, it says, of which salvation, power and authority, the prophets have inquired, and searched diligently who prophesied of the of the grace that should come unto you. Searching what matter of time the spirit of Mashiach which was in them. Don't let this go over your head now. The spirit of Mashiach which was in them did signify. When it testified beforehand the sufferings of Mashiach and the glory that should follow. So they testified of the sufferings of Mashiach Yahushua. He had to suffer for our wretched selves, the Israelites, and receive glory that's going to follow. So you see, when you look at Hebrews 1 and 1, the prophets had the spirit of Mashiach, as we just read. Verse 2, Hebrews 1 and 2, hath in these last days spoken to us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the world. So, the Mashiach is that spirit of the Most High from the beginning to the end. I mean, the Most High have a voice. So from a voice come what? Words. So the Most High's voice is the word of the Most High, which is a Mashiach Yahushua. So the spirit of the Most High is the spirit of a Mashiach Yahushua. I mean, he laid it out for us. It's spiritual. Those that are not able to see this spiritually going to continue to do whatever it is that they do. They're going to operate carnally. And just look at Israel got next, and we got next, and the things we going to do, this, that, and the third, and we ain't made it to that point yet. This is what he said. St. John 14 and 8. St. John 14 and 8. He said, Philip said unto him, Mashiach Yahushua, show us the Father, and it suffices us, it will satisfy us. Mashiach said unto him, have I been so long with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that hath seen me hath seen the Father. And how sayest thou then, show us the Father? Remember what he said in St. John 10 and 30? I and my Father are one. They agreed. Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the work. So he's letting you know the Most High have a voice. And from a voice come what? Words. So he said the Most High is in him. And he's bringing the words that he hear the voice of the Most High speak. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. So, he's telling you, that's his voice. The word of the Most High. Mashiach Shai is the word of the Most High. Most High have a voice. And from a voice come words. So, look at St. John 5 and 19. Well, let's look at verse 17. He said, but Mashiach answered them, my Father worketh hitherto. Most I do the work, and I work. The Father working, then I work. Therefore the Jews sought the more to kill him, because he not only had broken the Sabbath, but said also that the Most High was his Father, making himself equal with the Most High. He just to say that he's the Son of the Most High, that's all. Then answered Mashiach and said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, truly, truly, I say unto you, the Son can do nothing of himself, but what he seeth the Father do. He said, I'm not doing anything by myself, but what I see the Father do. But what things soever he doeth, the Most High doeth, these also doeth the Son likewise. For the Father loveth the Son, and showeth him all things that himself doeth. And he will show him greater works than these, that ye may marvel. So that's the problem. People not understanding the relationship between the Most High and Mashiach Yahushua, and how you have to understand what he's saying. When he said, I and my Father are one. So how does that apply to us? Go to St. John 17. In verse 11. And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world. Talking about his apostles and the children of Israel that were in the world, he had to leave behind. And I come to thee. So I'm coming to be on the right hand side of you, Most High. Holy Father, keep through thine own name those whom thou hast given me. So the Most High give us to a Mashiach, that they may be one as we are. See? Now, how will be one with another man? I'm going to go into his body, he will come into my body? No. Like Mashiach Shai said, the Most High is a spirit. St. John 4:24. And that a worshiper must worship him how? In spirit and in truth. So, how are we going to be one? Myself, another man. How are you going to be one? He said that, and he tell them that they may be one as we are. We be one tell us in 1 Corinthians 1 and 10. This is how we be one. Now I beseech you, brethren, by Shalom Mashiach Yahushua, that ye all speak the same thing. In the name of the Lord Savior, that you all speak the same thing. And that there be no divisions among you, but that you be perfectly joined together in the same mind. See, the same mind, the same way we think, and in the same judgment. Making the same judgment on the way we think. But how can that happen? If he said, go to Amos, the book of Amos. Amos 3 and 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? He's saying, can two walk together except they be agreed? That's why he said, you got to speak the same thing. And that there be no divisions among you. That's why you look at a lot of people wonder why a lot of camps or churches can't come together, because there's different doctrines. There's different ways that people believe. Some people don't believe in the resurrection. You got the same spirits of the Israelites back here now. Sadducees, Pharisees spirits, chief high priest spirits, elders and scribe spirits, and zealots and Essenes. You got all these different types of Israelites that's back here now. Atheists, the one that don't believe nothing, that run the evil, like he says. They love to do, they got wisdom to do evil. Got all these spirits back here right now. And even worse. That's why it says, Mashiach Shai wanted us to be one as he was one with the Father. As it says, Amos 3 and 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? You got to be together in the same mind, in the same judgment, as it's saying. 1 Corinthians 1 and 10. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our power, Mashiach Yahushua, which is by the Son of Mashiach Yahushua, the name of the Lord Savior, that you all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. See, for we have declared unto me of you, my brethren, talking to the Israelites, by them which are of the house of Koli, that there are contentions among you. See, it was contentions then. Now this I say, that every one of you said, I am of Paul, I am of Apollos, and I of Cephas, and I of Mashiach. Is Mashiach divided? Was Paul crucified for you? Or were you baptized in the name of Paul? So he's dealing with people that really exalt themselves. Everybody's name came before who? Hamashiach. He said, now I say, verse 12, now this I say, that every one of you said, I am of Paul. I am of this leader of this camp or this church. And I am of Apollos. I'm of this brother, of this church, of this camp. And I am Cephas, or this brother that's the head of this camp or this church. And some will say, I am of Mashiach. The ones who say, I am of Mashiach, gonna be on point. He said, I thank the Most High that I baptized none of you suckers. He said, I'm glad, I thank the Most High I ain't baptized none of you suckers. But Crispus and Caius, lest any should say that I have baptized in mine own name. See? And I baptized also the household of Stephanus. Besides, I know not whether I baptized any of them. See? So here we are. He come to tell us in 1 Corinthians 3:23. And ye, you children of Israel, are Mashiachim. Ye are the Messiahs. We as the children of Israel are the anointed. And a Mashiach is the Most Highest. Because we can't get to the Most High unless we go through him. It's been that way. Ain't nothing new. When he said in St. John 14:6, because some of you twisted because you don't realize all they had to go by was the law and the prophets. That's it. They did not have any of these books. When Mashiach walked in the flesh, they had the law and the prophets. Look, even when it's gone, look at Acts 28, and we're going to look at verse 23. Acts 28:23. And when they had appointed him a day, there came many to him into his lodging, to whom he expounded and testified the kingdom of the Most High, persuading them concerning Mashiach Yahushua, both out of the law of Moses and out of the prophets, from morning till evening. What else could he go by? The law and the prophets. That's all they had to go by. But the Most High knew how we were. And some believed the things which were spoken, and some believed not, just as it is today. Some gonna believe, some not gonna believe. And when they agreed not among themselves, they departed. After that, Paul had spoken one word. Well spake the Holy Spirit by Elijah, by Isaiah, the prophet unto our fathers, saying, go unto this people, and say, hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand. And seeing ye shall see, and not perceive. For the heart, which is the mind of this people, is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes have they closed, lest they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, which is your mind, and should be converted, and I should heal them. Be it known therefore unto you, that the salvation of the Most High is sent unto the Gentiles, and that they will hear it. These Gentiles representing the 9.5 tribes that were scattered, and some of Judah that were scattered too. We scattered in the four corners of the earth. That's why you read Romans and Corinthians and Ephesians, Philippians, all the different chapters. When you go to the first verses, it will say to the saints. It will say God, who is the power of who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So you can't get around it. You're not going to get around it one way or another. All these books talking to the Israelites, period. That's why he say you're going to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Israelites, northern Israel. That was mainly in these different lands that didn't know or practicing the law of the Most High. They didn't know about a Mashiach Yahushua coming and redeeming us back to the Most High. So they were called Gentiles. They were Gentiles long before we see Gentiles here. They were Gentiles in the Greek Empire. Let's more, we in the Roman Empire. They were Gentiles in the Greek Empire. It's against the law to even call yourself an Israelite. You should be put to death. That's the problem with a lot of people. You look at the New Testament, you don't know history. You don't know what we've been through as a people. You don't even know who you are yourself. You know, you claim to be an Israelite, but you don't know what it all entails. And you can't go through the history to know how we are so lost, how we became so lost and so destroyed to call ourselves Gentiles to this day. Look, go to 2nd Maccabees. This is in the Greek Empire. You heard of Alexander the Greek? 2nd Maccabees 6:6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. Hear that? profess at all himself to be a Jew. Even claimed to be an Israelite. So verse 9, and whoso would not conform themselves to the manners of the Gentiles should be put to death. Then might a man have seen the present misery. See? Present misery that happened to us. We're claiming to be an Israelite, who we are. Under the so-called white man's rulership, the Greeks. This is before the Romans, before Mashiach Shai is on the earth. Just what we're dealing with. Look what they did. For there were 2 women brought who had circumcised their children. And they told us you couldn't circumcise your children anymore. And all the way back to 1 Maccabees, the 1st chapter. In verse 48. So if you have the Cambridge University Press, it's on page 115, excuse me. It says, this is how they followed us, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation. You know, dealing with homosexuality and all kind of nasty, filthy, wicked acts that the Most High said we were supposed to do, eating pork and all the different abominations, to the end they might forget the law, as it is today. That's why people call themselves Gentiles, because they've forgotten the law. To the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. See? Going back to 2 Maccabees 6. And 9. And whoso would not conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles should be put to death. Then might a man have seen the present misery. That's why we became Hellenized, meaning Greek-speaking Jews, and following the customs of the so-called white man, the Greek, calling ourselves Hellenists. Continuing, verse 10. For there were 2 women brought who had circumcised their children. When the decree was, you circumcise your children, you put to death. Whom when they had openly led round about the city, the babes, which is the babies, hanging at their breasts. So they tied the babies to their breasts. They cast them down headlong from the wall. And others that had run together into the caves nearby to keep the Sabbath day. So we had to hide and exclude ourselves from these evil people to keep the Sabbath day secretly. Had to really do it secretly. Being discovered to Philip were all burnt together because they made a conscience to help themselves for the honor of the most sacred day, the Sabbath. They burn them up in the cave because they took upon themselves to sacrifice themselves for the honor of the most sacred day, the Sabbath. Now I beseech those that read this book that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction, but for a chastening of our nation. Wow. As I said, we love, he chastens and rebuke. Chastening of our nation. So you see, that's what happened with us. Why you see Jew and the Gentile. They still Israelites. That's why even the apostles considered them those that were scattered. Like when you look at James 1:1, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. Talking to the 12 tribes of Israel. You're not an Israelite. James, you can't go to the book of James says talking to you. That's nothing to do with you. If you're not of the 12 tribes of Israel. Look at St. John, the 7th chapter, and verse 35. Well, let's go to 33. It says, then said Amashah unto them, yet a little while am I with you, and then I go unto him that sent me. It's a little while I'm going to be with you, and then I'm going to the Most High, who sent him. You shall seek me, and shall not find me, and where I am, thither ye cannot come. So you're going to seek him, you ain't going to be able to find him. He said, where I am, you cannot come. Then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles, and teach the Gentiles? See, they called them Gentiles. Dispersed among the Gentiles are the Israelites. And teach the Gentiles, they called them Gentiles, because they were following the practice, practicing the ways of the heathen that they were scattered among, as it is today. Our people following Christmas, Easter, getting ready for Halloween, decorating Halloween. Just look around, you see who the wicked ones are. You take a rocket science and figure it out. They're all into it. It has nothing to do with these holy days. The most sacred days, the most we just read about. They're his feast days. They don't know nothing about that. That's why I say they have no understanding. They don't know nothing about the new moons and the holy days that we have, that we celebrated 7 days in a row. First day is a Sabbath, and the 8th day is a Sabbath. In between there, we was having feasts, having a good time. But here we are now, following the way that can destroy us. That's why, yeah, you see, to the Jew and to the Greek, to the Jew, because they were Greeks, Israelites. Just like to the Jew and to the American, to the Jew and to the African American, to we as Israelites, and to the ones that still Israelites but don't know they're Israelites, but they still call themselves African American, to the Israelites, and to the Jew and to all the other tribe names that they call themselves. Not only African Americans, but all the rest of you tribes. You call yourself by a name that your enemy named you. You always done that. That's why we have to come out of this dead state of mind and consider our ways before it's too late. Before it's too late, people. Isaiah 24 and 5. Isaiah 24 and 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws. Transgress the laws? But they say you ain't got to follow the Most High's laws, rules, and regulations. You're not under the laws. And they tell them the truth for themselves, these other nations. But you Israelites, who have Negro, Indian, and Latino descent primarily, scattered all over the world, amongst all these nations, especially North, Central, and South America and the Caribbean islands. The Most High gave you the laws. So what you want to do, they're going to make sure that you don't follow the laws. They're saying they're not under the law. They're not under the law. But we are. That's what I say. They have transgress the laws, change the ordinance, but they're supposed to be listening to us, going over these laws and following righteousness of this Bible, of the Most High. Broken the everlasting covenant. See? The everlasting covenant was given to the Israelites. But see, we've broken the everlasting covenant by following and learning the ways of the heathen, the other nations. Therefore had a curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. You hear that? Burning the earth. When he burns the earth, there's going to be few men left, he said. There's going to be a remnant of all these nations. He don't say how many remnants he's going to have of the nations. He's going to be a remnant of them. So I say few men left. We know that, one third of the 12 tribes of Israel are going to be left. But as far as he said, you're going to have a remnant of these other nations. That's it. He don't name the number of the remnant of them, but it's going to be a remnant. That's why it says, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth. Isaiah 24:6. And they that dwell therein are desolate. I mean, that's you're going to be subject to loss. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth, and we the inhabitants of the earth, are burned, and few men left, he's saying. So they're going to be burned, and few men left. That's why he said, hey. Verse 5, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Think about it. All the things that they are doing that's against the laws of the Most High. That's why he says defiled under the inhabitants thereof. That's why let's go to Hosea 4:1. See all the abominable things that's going on in this world. Hosea 4:1. Hear the word of the Most High, you children of Israel. For the Most High has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. Why? Because there is no truth. The laws of the Most High is not going out. Moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, not going out. Well, people actually following them in abundance. They're not coming to us to learn. They following the way of the heathen, which is a trap to send you to hell with them. It don't make no difference who it is. Mashiach told you about that. Because there is no truth. No mercy. I mean, you don't, it's no mercy is not getting something that you do deserve to get. They're going to give you whatever they can give you. Because they have a perpetual hatred against you. And our people follow the same suit as they think evil is good. So you following the same suit of the evil. So you're not going to get no mercy. Nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. Remember, the Most High said that. They don't know him. They don't understand the Most High. Ain't no knowledge of the Most High in the land. Handle the Bible, say, show me the Most High in here. See how long we last. By swearing and lying and killing and still all this stuff you know is going prevalently. All you got to do is turn on your news. Turn on TV programs, these movies and all the different series that they have on TV. You see all of this by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery. They promote that big time. They break out and blood touches blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish, going to be crying. With the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven, yeah. The fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. That's what he's saying. He's telling us. We jacked up, man. Telling we are jacked up. All those that don't want to come back to the way of the Most High, he's going to lose. Listen. Verse 5. Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother. See, I'm going to say, therefore, he's going to kill you in the day, and the false prophet, going to die in the night. He said, I'm going to destroy your mother. So he's going to destroy our mother. Man. Listen, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. See, his people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. When the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. So his people is destroyed for lack of knowledge. They don't fear the Most High, because they have rejected knowledge. So you bring in the knowledge, but they reject the knowledge. They want it easy. They want to go get their fix and run around the church like a chicken with his head cut off, talking about you got the Holy Ghost. That's not the Holy Spirit. That don't represent the Most High Spirit doing that. That's no different than people in the club playing music and they out there dancing, going crazy. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. You reject the fear of the Most High. You reject the respect of the Most High. Respect not doing what he say do, his rules and regulations. He said, you're going to be a bunch of rejects. He said, I will reject you. That thou shalt be no priest to me. That's why he say these pastors ain't no priests to him, no ministers to him. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. See, you can't tell me that any preacher said that we not under the law don't fall right into this scripture. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And there ain't no priest to the Most High, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I also will forget thy children. So your children also will be forgotten. And that's why we forgotten. You have to come back to read the Bible to understand our culture, who we are as a people. Our power, the power of powers, the power is the Most High. Not knowing it. Because your daddy and your mama didn't know. To be able to teach you this. But then you have those that know now, and it's still not being taken advantage of. That's why they're going to be beaten with many stripes. Beyond their imagination. That's why it says, saying thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. He said, as they were increased, and we were increased, so they sinned against me. We increase as a people, we sin against the Most High. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. That's why our glory men are our women. Our women are shameful now. No matter how you look at it. They're very shameful. You know, and now they're pushing Esau, the so-called white man, with our women on TV and the movies and all that. Shameful. When the Most High said we're supposed to be with our own. And you know how people are. They see it, oh, that's what's going on now. They follow suit to everything. They know they got us destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because the law said we're not supposed to do that. But if they're going to promote it, then our people are so, we call us Sottish children. We started out with that in Jeremiah 4:22. Silly and dumb and stupid. That's what the Most High called you. I didn't call you that. I know that the Bible's saying that. So some of you fit right into that. If you ain't trying to come out of being Sottish children. Deuteronomy 7:3. Let's find out what the law says. Deuteronomy 7:3. That's why they can't go to these laws. My second shot went to the law every time when he was fasting 40 days and 40 nights on the devil. And he had to leave him. You can't deal with this law. Deuteronomy 7:3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Why? For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Most High be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. So that's you. If you accept what it is that's being presented to you, and they telling a lie to your vision in their movies, you know, that they promote. Now you're going to see it more and more. And they not only dealing with, you know, usually it was the bright skinned or the light skinned sisters, now they going to the dark skinned sisters. Allowing them to come in and create this mixed type of racial agenda, curriculum, that's against the Most High. He just told you. Why? They're going to turn you away from Him. We did it. And we're doing it now. Here we are over and over again. The Most High told us in Jeremiah 10:1, go there. He told us. Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which the Most High speaketh unto you, O house of Israel, O family of Israel, which the Most High said to us. Thus said the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen. That's what He told us. Learn not the way of the heathen. But what we do, we follow everything that they have set up that the Most High said we're not supposed to be doing. We all up in it. Psalms 106:35. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. See? Learn their works, right? Hold that. Go back to Jeremiah 4:22. Jeremiah 4:22. Mingled among the heathen and learn their works. He just said, learn not the way of the heathen. He told us, don't get with them. Don't marry them. But they're going to take your mind away from following the Most High. Where our people, the majority of our people, they do not follow the laws of the Most High. They say we're not under the law, but we are the mercy and grace, and they Gentiles have been grafted in, and they filled with the Holy Ghost and speak in tongues. That's religion. Christianity. Jeremiah 4:22, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil. Hear that? They wise to do evil. But to do good, they have no knowledge. So he's telling you, learn not the way of the heathen, right? Proverbs 16:4. Proverbs 16:4. The Most High have made all things for Himself. So everything was made for the Most High, right? Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. Even the wicked for the day of evil. So here we are. Look at Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where who is it? I mean, the wicked man covered, look at the Bibles. I mean, He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it? So, when you open up these Bibles, you have many Bibles in the earth today. I have one here. And when I look at them in these Bibles, open them up, and look, they have who? They have the so-called white man. That represents the Most High right there. You see, I gotta keep putting it to you so you'll get the understanding of how they doing this. Okay? Now, this is just the truth. Because you can't deny it. Because I'm showing, just a Bible. I'm opening up this Bible. Now I'm gonna show you how they lied, and this particular picture showing how the Most High, sent Cain to the land of Nod, to the mountains of Nod, I might say. And He put a mark on them that anybody seeing them will not want to deal with him. They gonna get, if they do anything with Cain, they get, you know, if they try and hurt him, they get sevenfold. But Cain killed Abel, right? And so the Most High sent him away. So he put a mark on him. So look how they put the mark on him. You gonna tell me this ain't the devil? See, the Most High supposedly is a white man, naked, coming from the sky, putting a mark on Cain that killed his brother Abel. Well, you see, Abel's white man, and the Most High in this Bible is a so-called white man, and he made Cain black. See his hand? See that hand right there? In that arm? Black. He's turning them black. You can see that the hand, his right hand is already black. Brown, real dark brown, like the little fur that he got on. He's turning them, putting that mark on them, turning them brown. Lies. See that leg, that right leg? Is already done turned brown. He's turning them brown. Which is opposite of what happened. See? But see how people will look at this and say, this is what's going on. This is the real. This the way it is. See? So our people want to follow the wicked. Therefore, the judgment is coming upon them. And that's contrary to what the Bible says. The Bible don't say that. But here we are. Go to Psalms 106, 35. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. See? Were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. Which the Most High said, learn not the way of the heathen, but we were mingled among them and learned their works unto this day. And they served their idols. See? Serve their idols. So why would we serve their idols? Why are we serving idols that the